Hello my fellow mermaids and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a swatch and review for you of Glam Polish's Halloween Horror Shop. This is a very special and very anticipated event in the polish community, and that's because this is a very limited edition, and when I say very, it's like they have sold out in minutes some of the shades in past years. So if you want to get any of these shades, you should set up an alarm because these will not be restocked once they sell out. And as I said before, they have sold out super fast in previous years. All of these shades will be available individually, or you can get the full collection. If you buy the polishes individually, they will be $12.50, or you can get, as I said, the full collection for $250. And all these will go live on September 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Glam Polish site, which I'll leave down below. I'm a huge, in case you haven't seen from previous videos, Halloween fan, and I love horror movies. Well, more than horror, I actually love thrillers because I appreciate a good, scary movie, but they're kind of predictable because sometimes, most of the times, there's the main villain and he kills everyone and somehow the main character survives, and there's the sequel. So they're kind of predictable, but the thrillers, those get me because you don't know what's going to happen. And I get easily, very easily scared, and by that I mean that if you see a scary movie with me, I'm gonna be screaming the whole time, but they don't get to me, so that's why I like seeing them. I don't know, I guess I like being scared. Am I weird because of that? Do you like horror movies? Let me know in the comments below if you're a fan of horror movies. And I told you all of that because I was really excited when I was contacted to see if I was available to swatch this, because I have never participated in the Halloween Horror Shop event before, but I have seen some of the shades and they are really amazing. And all of these 20 shades, I love them. You know, at the end of the video I always share my favorites with you, so just bear that in mind. This is going to be a long video because I have 20 shades to share with you, so that's gonna take a while, and then I'm gonna share my favorites with you. That's gonna take another while, so just sit down, grab some popcorn if you want, and now let's get into the swatches. Puppet Master is a black jelly with shifting multichrome flaking mix. This starts a bit sheer on the first coat, but being a black base with added elements, it needs to be. If not, then you wouldn't be able to see the flakies. I recommend wearing 3 thin coats with this one, so you can really get the flakies to pop against the dark base. This will also dry a bit texture, and the flakies won't be difficult to remove, but they may stick a bit to your skin. Here's 3 coats of Puppet Master with a glossy top coat. Pumpkin Scream in the Dead of Night is a black crelly with aurora shimmer and ultra hollow glitter. Just like the last one, this one starts a bit sheer on the first coat, but the amount of shimmer in this polish is out of this world, and that also makes it look a different color depending on how the light hits it. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Pumpkin Scream in the Dead of Night with a glossy top coat. The Dark Defender is a dark brown jelly with hollow flakies. The first coat looks a bit sheer, but once you apply the second, you get the dark and rich color you see in the bottle. This totally reminds me of a dark chocolate bar, and the flakies are just the perfect added element. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of the Dark Defender with a glossy top coat. In Our Town of Halloween is a gray crelly with multichrome flakies and metallic glitter mix. This one surprised me in terms of opacity, since I thought I would need 3 coats, but it built up to opacity in just 2. The flakies and glitters in this one are beautiful, and they really complement the base. This will dry a bit texture and will be a bit difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of In Our Town of Halloween with a glossy top coat. Interview with a Vampire is a smoky purple crelly with shifting iridescent flakies. Just like with all the crellies, don't let the first coat fool you. This one can be worn on 2 or 3 coats depending on your application. And the base color is giving me major vampy vibes, so I think the name of this polish is perfect. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Interview with a Vampire with a glossy top coat. Dr. Sleep is an eggplant crelly with red glitter mix and aurora shimmer. Amazing formula and coverage on this polish. The shimmer gets a bit lost on this one, but you can really see the red glitter pop against the dark base. Because of the glitters, it will dry a bit texture and will be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Dr. Sleep with a glossy top coat. Scare Me is a purple acrylic with shifting iridescent flakies and black glitter mix. I really love the base color on this one, and even though it starts a bit sheer on the first coat, you can really see all the glitters and shimmer in the different layers once you build it up to opacity. Because of the glitters, it will dry texture and it will be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Scare Me with a glossy top coat. Terrifying Tales is a bright orchid purple acrylic with shifting iridescent flakies. This one really caught my eye because of the bright base color, and it built up to opacity in just 2 coats. And even with this one being so bright, I see it being color accurate in the video. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Terrifying Tales with a glossy top coat. Amityville Horror is a grey purple with shifting metallic flakies. A bit sheer on the first coat, and I recommend wearing between 2 or 3 coats with this one depending on your application. I'm also really loving the grey undertone in this light purple base. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Amityville Horror with a glossy top coat. Salem Slot is an indigo jelly with shifting iridescent flakies and neon green glitter mix. Just like the black base polishes in this collection, this one starts a bit sheer so you can see all the added elements in it. You also get a ton of glitters and flakies without having to do any swirling or putting the bottle upside down. This one will dry texture and will be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Salem Slot with a glossy top coat. Slappys Revenge is a dark blue jelly with shifting iridescent flakies and neon pink glitter mix. Spoiler alert, this is one of my favorites from the collection. The contrast of the dark blue base with the neon pink glitters is just stunning, and you can also see the flakies in each layer you apply. This is also one of those combinations that you wouldn't think it would work, but it totally does. This one will dry texture and will be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Slappys Revenge with a glossy top coat. The Lost Boys is a dark green acrylic with strong aurora shimmer. Because of the dark color base, this one covers really well on the first coat, and you will need between 2 or 3 coats depending on your application. The shimmer also really pops and makes it look like it glows from within. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of the Lost Boys with a glossy top coat. Creepy Creeps with Eerie Eyes is a dark teal jelly with shifting iridescent flakies and neon glitter mix. This polish is packed with flakies and glitters, and once you build it up to opacity, they make the polish look like a pond effect mani. Depending on your application, you may need 3 coats, but I like the way this one looked in 2. This one will dry a bit texture and will also be a bit difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Creepy Creeps with Eerie Eyes with a glossy top coat. Welcome to Camp Nightmare is a teal acrylic with neon green and metallic purple glitter mix. As you can see, this one has an amazing formula, and even for being a jelly, it covers completely in 2 coats. The glitters really complement the base, and this one's really making me think of Halloween. This one will dry texture and will also be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Welcome to Camp Nightmare with a glossy top coat. Lucifer is a dark red jelly with shifting iridescent flakies and aurora shimmer. Another amazing polish with great formula and coverage. This one's a bit darker than it looks in the video, but the pictures show a more accurate color. Nothing here will dry texture or be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Lucifer with a glossy top coat. Cultive Chucky is a bright red acrylic with sapphire glitter mix and aurora shimmer, while another one that's almost opaque in 1 coat, and even with this one being so opaque, you can still see the glitters through the layers. Once again, because of the bright color base, it's looking a bit blown up on the video, so please refer to the pictures for a more accurate color representation. This one will dry texture and will also be difficult to remove. Here's 2 coats of Cultive Chucky with a glossy top coat. Scream School is a white acrylic with neon and metallic glitter mix. For being a white acrylic, it covers almost completely in 2 coats. But like I always say with white acrylics, I like applying 3 thin coats. This one also has Halloween written all over it, and I can't wait to see this one matte. This one will also dry texture and will be difficult to remove. Here's 3 coats of Scream School with a glossy top coat. House of Horrors is an off-white curly with shifting multichrome flaky mix and a hint of hollow. Like I said in the previous swatch, I like applying 3 thin coats when it comes to white curlies, but this one could be easily worn in 2 coats. This one will also dry a bit texture and the flakies won't be difficult to remove, but they may stick a bit to your skin. Here's 3 coats of House of Horrors with a glossy top coat. Penny Dreadful is a hollow base with a mix of shifting multichrome flakies. Whenever Glam Polish makes hollow base polishes, I'm always curious to see the added elements they're going to have. And between the amount of flakies and the hollow base, this polish just glows like crazy. This one won't dry texture and the flakies won't be difficult to remove, but they may stick a bit to your skin. Here's 2 coats of Penny Dreadful with a glossy top coat. Monster Mash is a hollow base with metallic glitter mix and shifting multichrome flakies. Just like the last polish, this one has a ton of flakies, but it also has glitters. And I see this one a bit more towards the silver side, while the last one I saw a bit of gold undertones, maybe because of the flakies. This one won't dry texture and the flakies won't be difficult to remove, but they may stick a bit to your skin. Here's 2 coats of Monster Mash with a glossy top coat. And here's a look of all 20 shades in Glam Polish limited edition Halloween Horror Shop event. So as I said, this is a very long video, I'm sorry for that, but there are a ton of shades here. And well, I didn't do a very good job narrowing down my favorites because out of the 20, I have 10 favorites. So I love half of the collection and I actually really love them all. So these are just like I say every time, like if I had to pick favorites, this will be it. And I'm gonna just tell you the names, not like why I love them because that would make the video longer. Maybe I will tell you why I love some of them, but let's see which ones I picked. 3 out of these 10 are purples, so I'm just gonna tell you the names. They are Terrifying Tales, Amityville Horror, and Scare Me. And I really love this. Like Glam Polish makes amazing purples and I always like gravitate towards those. So it was no shock to me that 3 of them were my favorites. Another favorite is Slappys Revenge, and that's because I fell in love like immediately as I opened the package. This one like grabbed my attention and I saw the name and it was like, okay, I love it. I love the contrasting, so get this one. And speaking of terrifying little dolls, ventriloquist dolls in general, Cultive Chucky is one of my other favorites. This one had an amazing formula. Like it was almost a 1-coater, which is kind of cool. Like honestly, it's kind of cool. And I think this is great in terms of like Chucky's hair and this one, great. Then I think this is like perfect Halloween, like Halloween in a bottle. It's Scream School. I love these kinds of shades, a white curly, and the colors of the glitters make this, as I said, like a perfect Halloween shade. Then this one, I'm not really sure which was the inspiration because I immediately thought of Friday the 13th, but that's Camp Crystal, so I don't think this is the inspiration behind that one, but this is Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Beautiful color, beautiful glitters, amazing formula. Don't have anything much else to say, I just love this. And this one, I love it because of the name. I love the holographics that Glam Polish makes. But this one, the name got me. It's Monster Mash because it's, I think, one of my top 3 favorite Halloween songs. And yeah, I really love this one, mostly because of the name, although the shade is gorgeous. And then my last 2 are actually Disney inspired because this is In Our Town of Halloween. And even though I'm not a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I love this one. I think it has, I'm pretty sure it has the same glitter mix as Monster Mash, but this one has a gray base and I think flakies. I see flakies, let me see. Yeah, I think it's like the same mix as Monster Mash but in a gray base. So if you're not like really into the holographic side, you can get pretty much the same effect on a gray base. And I think my number one pick, because of the name, like, I love the Haunted Mansion, and this one, Creepy Creeps with Eerie Eyes. I actually have a guest here, Constance from the Haunted Mansion, my little margarine bride. Here, she goes on my shoulder. I take her to the parks when I can go to the parks with me. So besides the name, I actually really love this one. I like the jelly side of it because you can really see the added elements between the layers. So yeah, this is, in terms of the names, my number one pick. And that's a wrap. I'm sorry this video is too long, but as I said before, there were 20 shades to share with you, as well as descriptions and favorites. So I hope you stayed till the end. And I will leave the Glam Polish site as well as all the information of when they're going to be live. Remember, this is a very, very, very limited edition launch, and if they sell out, they're not going to restock them. So set your alarms, September 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out of any of my upcoming videos. As always, I will leave my Instagram page and all my other social media handles in the description below. And until next time, have a bubbly day!